All right, guys, we'll settle down onto our mats today. We're going to start on our back, coming into the Supine or reclining butterfly pose today. So you can come onto your back, allowing your knees to drop open to the sides. Hands can rest where it's comfortable. Maybe left hand rests on your belly, right hand rests over your heart. Just taking a few moments here to connect with your breath. Noting the natural quality that your breath holds today. You can start trying to lengthen your inhales and exhales. Inhaling to a count of 4. Holding at the top for a count of 4. And exhaling to a count of 4. Bringing some depth to your breath here. Feeling the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. As your breath moves through you like a wave. Grounding you onto your mat. Bringing you here to the present moment. Letting everything else drift away. Bringing hands to the outside edges of your knees, drawing them back up together, and starting to rock and roll the length of your spine. From here, we're going to come into a three-way stretch with our legs. So grabbing your strap or the towel that you have, you can start by placing it over the ball mount of your foot. Extending your leg up towards the sky, and then drawing it back in towards your chest. Being gentle here as we start to warm up through the backs of the hamstrings, maybe rolling through your ankle. Then we'll take the strap into your left hand, reaching your right arm out to the side as an anchor, and then crossing your right leg over your body, feeling a stretch in your IT band here. And then transferring the strap over to your other hand, left hand goes out to the side, allowing your right leg to drop open to the side here. Flexing through your foot, drawing your foot up closer to your shoulder. Drawing the leg back up through center. One final time, drawing the leg in towards your chest. Relaxing your upper body here, just allowing gravity to do the work. And then bending through your right knee, releasing right leg long. Bending into the left, placing the strap or the towel around the ball mount of your left foot and drawing your left foot in towards your chest. Shifting the strap over to your right hand, left arm goes out as an anchor, crossing your leg over, stretching through the IT band. Switching over to the opposite hand, leg goes out to the side, off to the left, right arm out as your anchor. Bringing the leg through center one final time. Using gravity to pull your leg closer. Bending through your left knee, extending both legs long. Shaking it out for a moment here, and then drawing your knees in towards your chest. Once again, rock and rolling the length of your spine. After about 3 times, coming over your shins, meeting in a tabletop position. From here, we'll take a couple cat and cow. Inhaling to lift your gaze, dropping your belly for cow pose. Exhaling to round through your spine, gazing towards your navel. Inhaling to cow. Exhaling to cat, connecting with your breath here. Taking this one time on your own. And meeting back in tabletop position, allowing your breath to guide your movements, your practice today. From here, we'll move into downward facing dog, walking hands, one palm print forward, tucking toes under, lifting hips up towards the sky. Here you can start by pedaling out your feet, sinking into this first downward facing dog. Finding some stillness. Sealing your lips here, and breathing in and out through your nose, maybe bringing audible quality to your breath. Allowing the sound of your breath to keep you present. Looking between your hands, walking your feet up to the top of the mat. We'll come into a ragdoll pose. Feet can be as wide as your hips, then folding deeply over your legs. You could bring a slight bend into your knees, reaching for opposite elbow, relaxing your head and neck down. Once again, bringing length to your breath. Feeling yourself move with your breath, maybe rising up slightly on an inhale. Folding deeper on an exhale. Releasing hands back down towards the mat, toe heeling your feet together. We'll take an IT band stretch. Left hand stays planted on the ground, bringing a bend into your left knee, reaching right fingertips up towards the sky, feeling the stretch through your right IT band. Right hand comes down to the mat, bending into your right knee and lifting left hand up towards the sky, feeling the stretch through your left leg. Hands come back down to the mat, finding a halfway lift here. Back is flat, crown of head reaching forward, bringing some length into your back and neck. Folding forward. And on an inhale, rising all the way up to mountain pose, stacking one vertebrae at a time. Hands rising last, looking up towards the sky. Bring hands down to heart center, connecting thumb knuckles with your chest. Once again, feeling your breath. Knowing that no matter what else is going on in the world around you, you always have control over your breath. Allowing it to bring you back, bring you to the present moment. Inhaling, arms back up to the sky, exhaling as you fold forward. Inhaling to a halfway lift. Exhaling, planting hands on the neck, stepping back, finding a high plank. Pressing the mat away with your hands, core is engaged here. Rolling forward 2 inches, lowering down to the height of your elbows, finding chaturanga. Inhaling to an upward facing dog, chest shines through. And exhaling back to downward facing dog. Breathing here. Inhaling. And exhaling. Looking to the top of the mat, stepping or hopping between your hands. Inhaling to a halfway lift. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling, rising up to mountain pose. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling to a halfway lift. Exhale, planting hands, stepping back, moving through your flow, lowering down chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Looking to the top of the mat, feet travel forward. Inhaling to a halfway lift. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling, slowly rising up to mountain pose. Hands extending towards the sky and then coming down to heart center. Here we'll set up for a tree pose. Taking this on the right first, grounding into the right foot. Feeling all 4 corners of your foot press into the mat. Left leg begins to find some lightness, coming to your shin, your ankle for a kickstand, or maybe coming up into your inner thigh, avoiding pressing into your knee. Finding a spot to rest your gaze, finding steady here. Maybe growing your branches. Using your breath to find steady. Smoothing it out. Then releasing foot down to the mat, shaking it out, and we'll take this on the other side, grounding into the left foot, pressing the mat away with your foot. Right foot begins to find some lightness. And finding your expression of the pose. Listening to the sound of your breath. And releasing hands down to heart center, feet down to the mat, pedaling them out. Inhaling once again back up to mountain, exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling halfway lift. Exhaling, planting hands, stepping back to your high plank. Lowering down, low plank chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, down dog. Breathing here. Full inhale. Full exhale. On your next inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, stepping it through the top of the mat, rising up into a warrior two. Back foot turns at an angle, parallel to the back edge of the mat. Arms reaching out to a T, gaze over front fingertips. Sinking into your front knee. Next is side angle pose, reaching forward, elbow connects to right knee, left arm reaching forward. Feeling the stretch of energy all the way from your back toes to the tips of your fingers. Expanding through your ribcage. Tipping it back to reverse warrior. Left hand reaches down the back of the left leg. Right fingertips reaching back. Taking a moment here to notice if you can still breathe deeply, maybe coming out of the pose a little. Cartwheeling hands to the top of the mat, stepping back, finding your high plank, lowering down, going through your flow. Meeting in downward facing dog. On your next inhale, left leg lifts high. Stepping it through the top of the mat, rising up to warrior two on the left. Feeling strong here. Drawing your belly up and in. Moving into side angle pose, left arm comes down, right arm reaching forward. Tipping it back, coming into reverse warrior. Cartwheeling hands down to the mat, stepping back, going through your flow, meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, stepping it through, rising up into a warrior one. Back foot is turned at an angle, front foot facing forward. Maybe taking a little wider stance here, feeling more comfortable in your hips. Then drawing your knuckles behind your back, reaching chest up towards the sky. We'll come into a humble warrior, bowing down inside the front leg. Rising back up, keeping the bind in your arms, shifting your weight onto your right foot, coming into an airplane pose here. Left foot starts to lift. Releasing your hands, moving them forward, and then planting your hands on the ground, finding a standing split. Left leg reaching up towards the sky. Left foot comes down, meets the right. Inhaling up to a halfway lift. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling to a halfway lift. Exhaling, planting hands onto the mat, stepping back, going through your vinyasa, meeting in downward facing dog. Reconnecting with your breath here. Full inhale. Full exhale. Inhaling left leg rather high. Exhale, stepping it through, rising up into your warrior one on the left. Core is engaged, pressing equally through both of your feet here. Then reaching arms behind you, knuckles reach down, chest reaches up. And finding your humble warrior on the left. Using your core here to keep you lifted, not dumping into your left leg. Rising back up slightly, and then launching off into your airplane pose, bringing your weight into your left leg. Right leg lifting. Releasing hands forward. Hands coming down to the mat, right leg lifting high, finding your standing splits. Right leg meets the left at the top of the mat. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling once again to your halfway lift. Exhaling, planting hands, stepping back to your high plank. Moving through your flow, lowering down low plank chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Finding your breath here. Feeling it move all the way from your nose, all the way down to your toes. On your next inhale, looking forward to the top of the mat. Exhale, feet travel, rising up into a chair pose. Sinking hips down. Weight is in your heels. And then bringing hands to heart center, we're going to take a prayer twist here. Inhale, finding length, engaging your core. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale, finding a little more length. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. Noticing if you can still hear your breath here. Allowing your breath to be your guide. Bringing weight into your right foot, we're going to step back into a revolve crescent lunge. Bring weight into the right foot, left foot becomes light, stepping back, staying in your twist. And then releasing hands down to the mat. Next, we're going to find a side plank. Left hand on the mat, taking side plank on the left, reaching right hand up towards the sky. Option to come down, lowering your bottom knee. Using your breath as your guide. Releasing hands down to the mat, pressing back into a downward facing dog. Breathing here. Inhaling. And exhaling. On your next inhale, looking forward to the top of the mat, stepping forward, rising up into your chair pose. Hands come down to heart center. Inhaling to find length, engaging through your core. Exhaling, twisting to the left. Bring your weight into your left foot, getting ready to step your right foot back, coming into your revolved crescent lunge. Using your breath here. Inhaling to find length. Exhaling to twist. Picturing that with every breath, as you inhale, cleansing breaths are coming in. And as you exhale, allowing anything that does not serve you to be wrung out like a washcloth, draining out dirty water. Releasing hands down to the mat, stepping back, we'll take the side plank on the right. Right hand comes in the center of the mat, pressing the mat away, rolling off to the side, left hand reaching up towards the sky. Using your breath. Releasing hands down to the mat, pressing back into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lifting right leg high. Exhale, stepping it through, rising up into warrior two once again. Staying for a breath, moving into reverse warrior. And then coming back through center, prepare for a triangle pose, straightening through your front leg. Rotating your knee towards the front corner of your mat. Reaching fingertips forward and then landing them on a shin, your ankle, or a block. Left hand reaching up towards the sky. Coming back through center. Turning feet to the side of the mat. We'll take a prasarita pose here. Inhaling, chest up. Exhaling to fold forward. Allowing your head to hang heavy. Feeling your breath deepen. Inhaling to a halfway lift. Exhaling, bring your hands back to the top of the mat, stepping back into a high plank, going through your flow, meeting in downward facing dog. Taking this on the other side, inhale left leg high. Exhale, stepping it through, rising up into your warrior two. Staying for a breath. Moving into your reverse warrior. Coming back through center, preparing for triangle pose on the left, straightening through your front leg, rotating your knee towards the side, engaging through your core. Fingertips reach forward, come down to rest on your ankle, shin, or block. Rising back up through center, turning your toes to the edge of the mat, once again coming into a prasarita. Taking whatever variation feels good to your arms here. Maybe reaching towards the sides of your feet. Or if you're looking for more opening through your shoulders, you can take a bind behind once again, reaching your knuckles up towards the sky. Releasing hands down to the mat, coming to a halfway lift. Pivoting toes, planting hands on the top of the mat, stepping back to your high plank. Going through your flow, lowering down low plank chaturanga. Inhaling to an upward facing dog. Exhaling down dog. Taking a deep breath here. As you inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee comes behind right wrist, coming into your half pigeon pose. Walking left foot back. You could stay on tall arms here, or start to come down onto your elbows, or resting your forehead on the mat. Once again, using your breath to stay present. Maybe counting your inhales and your exhales. Inhaling to a count of 4. Holding for a count of 4. And exhaling to a count of 4. Coming back to tall arms, tucking your toes under, coming into a 3-legged downward facing dog, opening up through your hip, and setting your foot back on the mat. Inhaling left leg high, exhaling knee comes behind left wrist. Finding your half pigeon on the left. Taking your expression of the pose, knowing that your sides don't have to look the same. Using your breath to smooth out any tension or emotion that may arise. Allowing it to release as you exhale. Coming back to tall arms, tucking right toes under, pressing up into a 3-legged downward facing dog. Opening up through your hip. And setting foot on the mat for one final downward facing dog. Taking a deep inhale here. Exhale, sighing it out. Inhale, looking between your hands. Exhale, walking your feet, coming down onto your back. Here we'll lie down onto our backs. Drawing your knees into your chest just for a moment. Finding an inversion here, taking a candlestick pose. Maybe hands come underneath your low back or placing a block or a pillow. Feet extending up towards the sky. Sending your breath all the way up to your toes. Allowing your whole body to be filled with fresh energy. Drawing knees back and towards your chest. We'll take a supine twist here. Hands can come out to a T or to cactus arms. Dropping your knees off to the left-hand side first. Taking a traditional supine twist, or you can cross over, coming into a twisted root if you're looking for a deeper twist. Gaze remains up at the ceiling, or can turn and look off to your right hand. Bringing knees back through center, and taking a twist on the right. Shifting your gaze up towards the ceiling or off to the left. Drawing your knees back through center, taking one final hug with your knees in towards your chest here. Taking a deep inhale, and as you exhale, releasing your legs long onto the mat. Taking up space here, allowing yourself to be here in the present moment, finding a space for rest. Allowing your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Giving yourself a few moments to simply breathe and be. Staying here, or starting to bring some movement back into your fingers and toes if you're ready to move off of your mat and on with your day. Rolling through wrists and ankles. Extending arms overhead. And rolling off to your right side, using your bicep as a pillow. Keeping eyes closed, coming up to a seated cross-legged position. Hands once again coming to heart center. Thumbs connecting to your chest. Feeling the rise and fall of your chest here as you breathe in and out. Knowing this feeling that you've cultivated through your practice today, can be accessed anytime you're simply tapping into your breath. Your breath goes with you every day, something that you always have control over. It can always be used to bring you back to the present. Bring hands up to the third eye center. Taking one final breath together, exhaling all your air out. Taking an inhale here, and exhaling to bow forward. Namaste. Thank you for practicing and breathing with me today.